Members of Pacquiao's camp believed they saw Antonio drinking coffee or taking an ephedra-based substance in the dress athletic commission. The athletic commission had to bring the sides. Eventually, it was determined that a drug test after the fight gave no indication that he ever considered not entering the ring to fight. So here they are. Pacquiao trying to get inside and go to the body, and Emmanuel's up at an angle robs you of power, does it not?
Yes, it does.
So he has a better chance.
His dominant punch in the fight has been his left jab.
And the last thing people expected to see was Antonio Margarito stand in the ring and boxing with Manny Pacquiao, but that's what's happened.
Margarito, when he's jabbing with a little left step back.
Bring Margarito's arms and head down.
Well, one thing, Manny makes adjustments as the fight goes on.
Margarito has thrown almost exclusively gut and landed it on Margarito's face.
Margarito has shown a good jab, especially early in the round, but Pacquiao's dominated this round with the right hook.
With the jabs of Margarito's too.
The speed is
long jab, long jab, long jab, and take him on with the jab.
Output for Antonio Margarito in round one seems very low, but he has had trouble getting rolling in the early parts of some of his fights, notably the Paul Williams. Margarito still content to stand in the middle of the ring and box with Manny Pacquiao, has not tried to drive him to the...
More than we're used to seeing him hit in recent fights.
Yeah,
and here Margarito has landed not only...
Here's his fight, as I see right here.
There. Still, the loss of power from punching up could be a factor in the fight.
I still see the same facial expression that Margarito had when he fought Cotto.
I mean, you're not supposed to be on the ropes.
He keeps saying size, 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 but I just see...
That was the first time that Pacquiao found his body against the ropes, and if there was one thing, never.
Lighter fighter when he would go toe-to-toe more with some of the great Mexican fighters that he beat south of lightweight.
Good left hook when he gets close. Uppercuts for Margarito, his favorite punch. Right hand uppercut there.
This is why when you asked me, didn't
a man this big. Delectable experience perhaps for Margarito.
It's too early to start banging with this guy.
When I was giving you the keys to victory earlier, I said Margarito didn't work left uppercut through the middle because in the past it's shown that Pacquiao is very vulnerable for
Pacquiao. It's too early to start trying to bang this guy around. You need to soften him up a little.
Manny Pacquiao looked vulnerable, and he's looked a little...
Pacquiao pressing the speed advantage. Margarito still fighting for him, an unfamiliar fight. It doesn't have the kind of jab that will bother Pacquiao. First 3 rounds, Margarito's gathering Pacquiao. Good flush. Another one. Little right hook inside for Pacquiao. Despite landed on the chin.
body punch.
Margarito around the ring.
But he's beating Margarito up in this round. There's a huge well done to Margarito, Margarito up, and he's hurting him. And Margarito can say all...
Body punch, I think, and they took all of the starch out of him. But what makes him different from a lot of today's fighters, he punches through his... Most of the fighters today, they punch at the target. Very seldom do they penetrate. Accuracy this round, even though he wasn't doing too much and he was losing. But it seemed like that one body punch. See the left hand shot to the body, which I think started all of the serious problems. Even though he was being outpointed, seemingly with that shot, he never has recuperated. Notice his body form is bending over as if he's still hurt from the body punch.
CompuBox tells us just ever landed on Antonio Margarito in a single round.
And you know, Pacquiao doesn't just waste punches. His punches are very accurate.
I think he's the most accurate puncher in boxing, Emmanuel. He the ability to adjust the punch in mid-arc.
Yeah.
Margarito going to the body at a good moment. That Margarito actually made it look for a moment like his fight against Cotto. And here comes... He fought a great fight against him. Mark down there. Jolts him with a right hook there.
Pacquiao's spirit is something to behold. He loves
the better of an exchange. That's why it's hard to win rounds against him, because if you get your back before the bell rings. And
That was likely here for Margarito. He said, look, I hope he goes up to 180. Every pound.
Pacquiao takes his...
Have a lot of snap on his punches, did he?
that's right. You might have seen him have changed the fight tremendously.
Since Manny's a southpaw, it wasn't a left hook to the body, it's a left cross, but the bottom line,
Margarito.
Pacquiao staggering Margarito momentarily there. Big right hook. Great shot. Another.
Up your defense.
But for Antonio Margarito, who at the height of his career a few years ago was averaging 100 punches per round. And when you start to get hit hard by somebody like Manny Pacquiao. Move from side to side.
This is what I said he should do continually. Create angle because
there's no way Margarito can find him. No way Margarito finds him when he does that.
To move into Margarito's eye where Margarito couldn't see him. That didn't work, so he started moving right.
Charles Tillman made a pilgrimage to Las Vegas to watch Manny Pacquiao fight. Afterward, I asked him what was most impressive. He said, easy, the footwork. I've never seen
positions that he's in.
And he's taking something of a breather this round, it appears to me.
But he's winning the round still, I think, because that was the only really good flurry of Margarito. But I think Margarito should have won that round.
Time in. Box.
Sixth round was Manny Pacquiao still landed the cleaner, harder shots. I tremendous shots of his own. And Jim, the one thing we can't measure is
this round that is called comparative rounds. I thought Manny won it.
Yeah, loves a good scrap, like the last round.
I think you're correct. I think it's Freddie Roach's nightmare. I think it might, but the bottom line is you're right. Manny loves to fight.
Loves to fight.
Loves the challenge.
Ring generalship here, unbelievable. Never saw, and he's what we call a natural. Been getting rid of a good trainer that really improved.
Well, I'll say this. I've covered boxing for 24 years, and I covered Ray Leonard from ringside. It's a fighter I've ever seen.
He does it all and fights everybody. That's what I like about him. Jim, before the fight, you said you could see it possibly going to 12-round decision only because of...
I thought Pacquiao would stop Margarito right around the 6th or 7th. Seems to be weathering these storms pretty well in face looks.
Margarito's hanging in, and he's having more flurries as the fight continues.
Laro lang, ha? Laro lang. Huwag ka sumabay. Good boy, listen in.
Here you see Manny Pacquiao landing all of these precise punches. Even with high defense, he still pinpoints areas where he can get through and penetrate. But perfect fight is the way he fought the last round, punching, moving in and out, taking advantage of that great natural coordination.
Correct.
And you look at the fact that Margarito had his defense up all that time, and he penetrated to defenses.
15 pounds in the ring tonight.
And speaking of redemption for Margarito, so far this has been a measure of success. Fighting in spots the way we used to see him knock out good.
But he's not breaking Manny Pacquiao up the way.
I talked to Miguel earlier today. Miguel said this is going to be a very tough fight. Because I had to edge. He said, man, he may have edge, but it's going to be a hard fight.
What an
4 damn rounds. Okay. 4 damn rounds. Let's go. This is it. This is it. It's the same.
Here you see Pacquiao in the ropes again, which is where every time that Margarito has a good rally, so it's always when he's got him pinned in the ropes. But usually right after that, Manny comes right back with a flare of punches. But Margarito's best success has been when and here this left uppercut, which is his weakness, right up through the center.
Landed in that last round are the most anybody's ever landed against Manny Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's maybe decided that he can't knock Margarito out of
to stop the fight because of that right eye, which is grotesque at this point.
knockout style hooks.
Nothing. Breathe. It's the same thing.
You see Manny Pacquiao do what he does better than any boxer in the game. Let a guy miss, let him miss, hit him with a punch again. A lot of guys will let guys miss punches, but they don't take advantage of it the way that he does.
Stop! Time! ¿Cuántos?
Really aggressive, just fighting the perfect fight. 9-0 fun, arguing with each other about what was Manny Pacquiao's greatest performance. The guy 17 pounds bigger than himself, touching him up, ruining his face the way he is. This will be in the discussion.
Well, it's not just that Mark gave away 17 pounds.
Right, he's a former flyweight, long beard on Margarito. Freddie Roach wanted to get the Texas State athlete Margarito shave off the beard, which probably they would have done. Pacquiao, I want to use it as a target. That's a fighter.
The machine.
He's putting it on Margarito right now.
Manny. Boom! Another perfect right hook. Show. Greatest offensive fighter of the...
Physically fatigued, both. And this hook, he didn't see it coming.
That was a right hook from Pacquiao.
Yeah, perfect fight.
He had another 30 seconds.
He's
Throw it all. Good. Done.
counter right hook, which is, as I said earlier, one of the best punches that you can land. And he
right hand to his stunning left cross. Inspiration to stopping the fight.
Another measuring. He wants to keep fighting. He's not just doing it as a show for, look at me, I'm tough. He really wants to win the fight, even though he's hopelessly behind and getting. And Pacquiao looking towards the ref, asking him to stop the fight at this point, it looks to me.
That's what he's saying to Cole.
But the referee's doing a good job, I think. It's right there. If he was back to the ropes and being hit.
Last damn round.
They're acting in the corner as if he wants to.
Pacquiao landed 51 of 75 power shots. Max in history have done this.
Joe Cas.
There's no question Pacquiao following through and committing the way he does most of the time.
Margarito's not known as an accurate puncher. He's here to hit.
That's hard to say because he's fighting such different guys every time to make sure that he wins the round, make clear who's still dominant. Manny Pacquiao, the fighter. This is Manny Pacquiao, the congressman. Manny Pacquiao, the citizen of the world. That's the man who's letting Margarito finish. And we're done.
Jim, your prediction?
Harold Letterman scores it 120.
Be that bad in the 6th round.
It's a relatively inexperienced judging crew in some ways. Face showing some effects, but not much, considering that he ate some uppercuts and some...
108, Glenn Crocker, 118, 110. Orange winner of his 8th World Championship, the fighting pride of Suriname.
4 punches, lands at a super high 44% connect rate. 50, and of course you saw it, 117 landed punches on the side of Margarito's producer Dave Harmon, was right. And the body shots, and
I really do my best to win the fight. He's strong, and that I'm not hurting his punches, but you know, but beat it to my opponent, and he looked really hard, you know, fighting with Miguel Mukoto. He's very big and to fight, and I want to thank God for giving me strength tonight and the victory.
La verdad, pues Manny, sabíamos que era bastante rápido. La verdad, vaya esta vez a mi México nuevamente, pero vamos para adelante.
No.